Hi, I'm Megan Luther.
And I'm Parnell Quinn.
And we are The Simple Life. Today we're going to talk about the new legislation that has been proposed surrounding short-term rentals. So Parnell, I'll let you kick it off and tell us what's happening.
Well, so what's happening is, to me, it's just another tax grab from the federal government and the state governments. And what they're looking at doing is trying to say that any property that is a rental property, a nightly rental property, be it Airbnb or through a management company, that it will be charged the same rate for taxes as a hotel would be charged for, because they're considering it an income property at this point. And you're going, in the current tax in Colorado is 7.15% on a residential home, be it a condo, townhome, or a house. And moving it up to 27 or 29% would really affect the people that own the properties. And so a lot of people think this is going to help ease up on the second home ownership and ease up on the need for workforce housing.
Right. I'm really glad that you brought that up, because that is the guise with which they are proposing this change in the tax structure.
Right.
And once again, they're not solving the real issue.
Right.
So they're trying to push homeowners, property owners, to stop renting it short term because they're going to be taxed at a higher level, with the assumption that, okay, those homeowners are now going to rent it long term. But in our area in particular, we don't have a ton of just investment properties where, like, short term, that's all it is many days out of the year. Yes, there are some, but the majority of our homes are second homes, where the homeowner wants to be able to use those properties at least part of the time,
right.
A couple weekends a month, whatever it may be, come up here for Christmas or, certain times in the summer when it's less busy. And so those folks would be unable to subsidize any part of the cost of owning that property, which really shoots that second home market in the foot.
Right. And the properties that are on the short-term rental program are generally your nicer, better properties. And homeowners don't want to rent their houses out to people that aren't going to take care of them and are going to destroy them. And that's why they turn to the nightly rental program instead of the weekly or monthly rental programs.
Right. And back to the second homeowner versus specifically investment, those second homeowners, to your point, don't necessarily need to rent it. They were doing the short term because, it was a plus. It's a win-win.
Right.
But those people aren't going to necessarily then move to long term. It doesn't satisfy the need of, and the goals that they had when they purchased this property. So for the government officials in counties to say, like, this is our resolution to, add more long-term housing, I think that's just very misguided.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to see a lot of short-term rentals convert. What's interesting to me about this whole thing is it's supported wholeheartedly in the government and the counties. Where it's not supported is obviously people who own these properties, as they look at it as an infringement on their personal property rights, which I tend to agree with. I get both sides. I understand that if you are essentially running a business, a short-term rental business out of a residential property, where do you draw the line? Are you evaluating the property on its location and its how many bedrooms and baths it has, or are you evaluating on its revenues? It is two different things. So now you're going to try and tax a residential property commercially because of how it's being used. And to me, that just confuses the overall valuation.
We got to be real careful on this, and I don't know if the state's really thought this through, but we got to be careful because we want to invite people to Colorado. We want people to come to our state.
As short-term rental legislation continues to evolve, make sure that you as a property owner are paying attention. Reach out to your local representatives, start in your town, in your county, as far as the community is concerned. Talk to your local legislators, and you can also make sure to write to your congressman in the state of Colorado. This is a big deal, and you want your congressional representative to know that you have opinions about this and that you are paying attention.
So a lot of people are asking, is it a good time or is it safe to buy a nightly rental property in a mountain resort community or even in the Front Range? In my opinion, yes, this is one of the best times if you can find one that's on the market, right? But this is going to be one of the best times to buy a nightly rental, a second home. And the reason for that is there's going to be a lot of confusion about the taxes, but the rentals are just going up and up and up. And I believe your rentals will cover the 27% or 29% tax. What's going to happen is you're going to see a dip most likely you'll see a dip or a lull in the pricing of homes, and because people are going to be concerned, and that's when people are concerned is when you can make your best money. So I would say now is the best time to look at second homes for rental. So Megan, in your opinion, why should somebody buy a second home or a nightly rental property in Grand County over any other county?
Obviously, I'm a little biased having lived in Grand County for the past 18 years, but just as far as rules and regulations go, we are much less restrictive thus far. You get into places like Aspen, Glenwood Springs, and they're only allowing, certain blocks. It's like a lottery to get into a short-term rental pool, and a lot of HOAs are starting to restrict short-term rentals as well. We're not seeing that here. Very thankful for that. I think we have a lot of really educated community members who understand that because our primary industry is tourism, we need to have places for people to stay. So they're not attacking short-term rentals in Grand County, in Winter Park and Fraser, like they are in other areas.
Right.
With short-term rental legislation constantly evolving, it's essential that you guys work with an agent, a local expert who understands the ins and outs for your specific community so that they can help guide you and help you reach your goals as far as an investment property, a second home, or finding something, particularly in a mountain community. Please reach out to us if you have any additional questions regarding the short-term rental legislation that is happening in Colorado.